Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. So, somebody said on stream, green shirt, green day? I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe this green shirt is not good luck and I should not trade with this shirt anymore. Just kidding. I'm not like that. But I am finishing a red day recap today. And honestly, I cannot be happier. I mean, yeah, I'm giving some money back, but sometimes getting a red day out of the way. I don't always say this, and I don't always like I'm glad I'm red, but sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I just wanted a red day to kind of start fresh, 8-day streak. Didn't want to try to go bigger and then lose it and then make it look like, oh, I didn't want to go red on this day, so I made it bigger and made it redder. So now it's like, okay, $180 red. I'm fine with that. Plus, I mean, if there was momentum, if there was stocks going up, if there was plays happening and I was red, that's a different story. But there wasn't really much at all. TRCT maybe was kind of the only one, and then AAOI kind of later in the day. But TCRT, I'm pretty sure, had a bigger float and wasn't really breaking out at first, and then AAOI kind of just grinding its way up as well. And those are pretty much the two only ones I traded. SPY and NEO, those are option plates that I have. This one I actually did really good on SPY. And I am actually still holding SPY. I think I'm up almost 300% on those put options. But I don't include any option trades on these, and you guys know that. So it's only day trades here. But let me see. Oh, right now they're back down to 100%. But I closed some out earlier at 277%. These are my runners anyways. But yeah, so let me go over these trades. Pretty simple. I think it's going to be a fast recap. I almost didn't do a recap, but I was like, if I didn't do a recap, then you guys would obviously be like, oh, he's trying to hide his red day, but I'm sure $200, not even $200. So guys, like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. Won't be trading until Monday. Obviously, it's a weekend, so you guys enjoy your weekend. I'll be back on Monday trading live 15 minutes before market open right here on YouTube or tradecaster.com. Both of them are free, so cancel any payment you get asked. So let me see. First trade is going to be, let's go over TCRT. Let me show my trades here real quick, and let's go over to TCRT. This one, honestly, I had to play TCRT. I had the right entry, and I think that happened to me a lot. So I had the right entry on TCRT, and I had the right entry on AAOI. I just was not able to capitalize on them. Momentum wasn't there, and things weren't giving me instant resolution, instant pop, squeezes, and so kind of on my own, I was like, you know what, I can't do that. I'm going to hold it off a little bit, take the loss, and then find a new entry. But this one, I mean, TCRT wasn't even a gapper. This one kind of just came out later in the day, right here. We have a flat top there, double top at 244, kind of pulls back, attempts it again, and this is probably what scared me out of this play, because this was a nasty little flush there, and this play actually came back and held 235, and at that point I was like, I might re-enter 235 again, but after a flush I was like, no way. Missed this entry here, missed that one there, and then finally breaks 244 again, but kind of slower, so this is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles to break that level, and then I kind of was trying to chase this and then catch the dip back to 244, which is where I was buying here, and I bought pretty big. I mean 246, 249, trying to get that next leg up just like it did, but I bought a little high. First of all, 246. My pivot is 244, so 2 pennies. I mean, I guess it's not that high. The other entry was 249. And then it pops down to 244 so fast, and I panic sold. So I bought 46, 49, and sold 47. So I took a loss. But look at this, how many shares I had, 7,500 there, and that was a pullback. 244 was the pivot. As long as 244 held, I should have stayed in this play here. And it actually ended up working. I had 7,500 shares, and this thing moved from let's say 248, 250, all the way up to 265, 15 cents. Maybe at least would have caught 10 cents out of that. So that would have been a nice winner, but this right here was my biggest loss of the day. I just wasn't patient with it, didn't get that big resolution. To me, looked like a fake breakout once here, there again, and kind of seemed like it was going to try to get stuffed and just nasty flush. And so I just got scared on that one and called it quits. And that was the only trade on this stock for the rest of the day. Kind of set up a few more plays here. I saw these breaks here, kind of did the same thing, so kind of a flat top there, breakout, false breakout, and then made me cautious to take it again. Which you got a breakout, held it, but no continuation at all. There was just no volume today. Nothing was continuing. And then AAOI, I did trade a little bit more on this one. Somehow, after all of this trades, I'm only up $24. But I was red on this day, and I think I was on this ticker, and I was red on this ticker when I finished trading. So I got myself green towards the end. This right here was a perfect trade. If you look at the daily, you're holding the 315, which is the 200 moving average. So 200 moving average right here on the daily matches right there, 315. You break over that and you kind of hold 315, and at the same time you have a downtrend. Downtrend right here, touches there, and then finally breaks over that downtrend. So now you're breaking a downtrend and breaking the 200, and you flagged over both. This right here was about as clean as an entry as you could have asked for. Double confirmation there, 315, 200 SMA, and break a downtrend. And I saw that, I jumped in it, and once again I cut that for a loss. I don't know what, I just didn't think things were moving today. Had a little bit of a high fill to 315 was a pivot. I got in at 320, so just not there with my entries today. You're saying, yeah, it's 3-5 pennies, but 3-5 pennies makes a difference for me to be green and put a stop loss as opposed to me being red and kind of panicking, you know. Obviously, it wasn't big share size, so I wasn't panicking, but decided to cut that one there for a loss. So I was red on this name, probably 60 bucks on that trade. Small share size, but this would have been a nice move to catch. Even pulled back and held it. Tried it here for another scalp, kind of rips through, tries to hold this pivot here, trying to buy that dip, 339. That one I got it right on. 339 is the pivot there. My entry was 339. Sold 342, 340, so 3 cents on that play. Tried it again, kind of a flat top here, recovers, flags, 1 minute flag, trying to buy that dip, trying to recover. Another winner, 44, 47, 45. Very small share size, but this one right here is the one that kind of, this was done after I finished streaming. But here's this pivot right here, the 239, and then here's the new high of day of 350, and that's it, right? So 339 is the pivot that I bought this dip here, kind of holds it, retests it, pulls down, but this is a pivot there, and you can see it on the 5 minute as well, right here. So 239 from the beginning, 339, sorry, 339, holds 339. So 339 has been respected all day, and finally we get a move back up through 339 right here, and then look at this pullback right here. Look at that volume die. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Look at that pullback, and then look at that volume right there. Decreases right down to 339, and I saw it. I jumped in it, and again, look at that, 340, 34, and then added again on the way up. But these right here, 3,000 shares, 4,500 shares, adding down there at 339, got stopped it out, and then finally makes that big move. At 4,500 shares there that I added at 339, it holds to the penny there, and then rips all the way up to 360 pretty much. Missed out on that play. That was a clean rip right there. Missed out on that one, and then I was like, you know what, maybe this is the time that this one rips, pulls back again. Look at that little volume pullback, and then rips again. And I kept trying it here. Now playing a little bit more aggressive. Now I see that buyers are in here. Now I see that sellers were not going short. So let me try it again. So this pulls back, and now I'm jumping in here. 5,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 2,500 shares. Trying to catch this low right here, and I did several times. I mean, this lows are 352. I got 352, 351, 355, 351.6. So I'm nailing the bottoms here, but just never got that pop. Never got that 1-2 pullback, 3 pullback, 3-4 minute pullback, and then boom, next leg, right? Kind of like this. Pulls up, 1, 2, 3, rips. Pulls up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's happening? You know, it wasn't ripping. And so I decided to cut that for a loss, or not for a loss, for a slightly green. That right there, this right here is what ended up putting me back green on this ticker, which is just $24. I think at the max today I was almost down 300, so I was able to shave half of my red day today right there, and decided to just call it quits. Drug. This is kind of a similar play to yesterday, when I said when you see that engulfing candle, you get that next leg up, you get that next 1 minute pullback real quick. take that for a trade for new highs, and that's kind of what happened here. So you get that nice top here at 173, and then you pull back, but then one candle completely engulfs those two. You get a little pullback here, and this should have gone up for a new high of day. Now the problem with this one is, okay, yeah, Friday, low volume, nothing's moving. But two, if you go down to the 200 moving average, if the 200 moving average right there is at 173, sorry, no, 170. Well, it was at 173. I guess it's moving slightly because the day is going, but it was exactly like 173, 74, 75 earlier, which this is exactly where that pulled up to. Held it as support, has resistance. Shorts knew that that was a 200 moving average. They knew that's where they want to enter short. That's where they enter short, and obviously this thing is going to fade away. Even came back for a second attempt, but with a Friday, with no volume, no buyers anywhere, and heading up to a major resistance on a daily chart, this thing was never going to break out. So somebody else called it a here in my Discord, and I was like, no, not today. If it's a hot day, momentum day, yeah, I will take that trade through the 200 moving average, back up through it, and see if we get a nice squeeze. But not today, not on Friday, not with no volume. So pretty simple trades. Looks like I had a $2 beat trade. Oh, beat. Oh my gosh, beat. This was a $700 trade. Should have been a $700 trade. Read it like a charm. Read it like a charm. I was in 10,000 shares right here at 206, and the pivot was 207, so I was in at 206. And it starts popping up a little bit. I think I got bad fills on the way out because it said I was up 100 and said I was up 50 at one point. So I started getting out, basically got out break even. But I had a 206 average, and this thing popped up to 214. That's for 8 cents per share with 10,000 shares. That's $800 that I missed on that trade. I nailed it. Big push up, big low pullback. Try to get the dip. See if we continue going. It did a little bit, then kind of got stuffed. 207 kind of held again, but eventually this thing just cracked down, and no buyers again. So this thing is just gonna fade. So that's it for today, guys. Quick recap. Actually, you can see this one's trying to hold the 200 SMA right now. Look at that on the daily. Guys can barely see it on the stream right there, and then holding it right there. So maybe it holds it, but if it doesn't, this thing is gonna fade away and keep going back down to where it came from. That's why you never hold these. Any questions you guys have, like always, comment them below. If you guys are interested in my course, then the link is down below as well. My Discord is down below as well. If you guys want to keep watching me trade live, then just hit that notification bell, and you guys can see me every morning here on YouTube or tradecaster.com. You guys have a good weekend, 2-day weekend, so we'll be back on Monday, and I will see you guys then. Y'all have a good one.